Hi guys, I am sorry we started a couple minutes late here tonight. Yeah, I know. It's one of those fun things where you think you're good to go. You set it up, you walk off and you come back and broadcast software's done an update and then gotten itself stuck. So sorry, I had to finagle that a little bit because it did an unexpected update that when I walked off. That'll teach me to set it up early next time, right? No, wrong. Oh, well, the wonders of automation, good and bad. So, tonight we are opening just a pair of things. One is an autographed football jersey, the other is a half case of Donruss baseball. Before we start ripping, though, there is a little bit of information that we need to go over, so let's get rolling with that. First up, feedback, 100% automated, and that way you never have to wait on me. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get the same in return. And of course, the second thing there is a thank you for bidding, breaking, chatting with me, and for your patience tonight with my starting a couple minutes late there. We're looking now at breaks that are listed on eBay coming up over the next few days. Tomorrow night we do have a new release. That is Court Kings basketball. We'll open a full case of that and a half case of Gypsy Queen baseball, which will be the start of a new case. We're going to start early tomorrow night. We'll be breaking at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. That also means that your auctions, of course, are ending much earlier than they normally would be. On Thursday night, Gold Rush Trifecta Football is back with Series 2. And we'll break a box of that. It's got 3 autographed memorabilia items in it, everything from 16 by 20 photographs to mini helmets, jerseys, footballs, can be any combination thereof. We'll open Court Kings again and a 16-box case of 2019 Prism Draft Picks football. On Friday, Leaf Autograph Multisport jersey. I think it's the last one I have. Another case of Inception baseball and Court Kings again. Saturday night is an off night. Got to get my March Madness on. Sunday, we're going to start early on Sunday as well. We're going to start at 9 o'clock, and we will do a Gold Rush autographed basketball jersey as well as a half case of 1819 Prism basketball in the retail format. So 10 boxes is a half case in that particular product. For tonight, here's what you need to know. Leaf Autograph football jersey projected to get out the door no later than Tuesday a week from today. Free shipping stuff always projected out no later than a week after the fact, but it does often ship much sooner. If your team is in the football jersey break and it is not the team that is pulled, you are entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year and any series. I keep track of it for 90 days, a rolling 90-day period. And typically with the free shipping breaks, I would just hang on to it, send it with your next package. If, however, you would like to have it sent sooner and not wait until your next package, all you need to do is let me know and I will take care of it. Donruss baseball, it's a half case break. Every team's going to pull cards in there. We don't need to worry about that. Projecting it to be out the door roughly Saturday. I'm hoping I can get it to you sooner. I am a little bit slower than normal this week. Just had some appointments and things with accountants, boo, to get out of the way. So we'll get it out as quickly as we can. So first up tonight, 2018 Leaf Autograph football jersey break number 31. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight on eBay Tuesday night, the 2nd of April. Team names on the left, user IDs of our winning bidders are up in lights across from each team on the right-hand side. And we'll put up, of course, the spreadsheet again when we get ready to do Donruss. So if you're in that break, don't wander off too far. We'll be up to you in a minute before you know it. Last but not least, background went out of focus. I did that on purpose. Don't worry. We're going to be able to see everything. All right? So we're going to be all good. So who is in chat tonight? Just Chris in chat tonight. Well, hi, Chris. How are you? How's your night going, Chris? Well, I hope. And Buckeye's here too. Hi, Buckeye. How's your night going? I was with the accountant today for a good chunk of the day, getting the damage for the tax bill this year. It is an unfortunate amount of money. I was not happy about that amount of money, but hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Pay what they tell you. All right, looks like we have Marv Levy. Coach Marv Levy is our jersey, and there is your signature along with a Hall of Fame inscription, a JSA authenticated sticker, and the JSA authentication card that goes alongside. I'm sure this is a custom jersey. I mean, I don't think there's any licensed jersey that would say Marv Levy. I'm just looking at the tag. Yeah, definitely custom. Custom all the way. All right. So that was quick, right? Buckeye says he's just waiting for baseball. Well, you don't have to wait long. You do not have to wait long, because that is that. Marv Levy is out for the football jersey. So the Buffalo Bills get themselves a nice little jersey hit. And we are going to be headed next into Donruss baseball here. And, of course, you saw this a minute ago, most likely. But there are people, of course, who jump in and out. I'm not going to read through it all again because, honestly, I just read it and I don't want to make you suffer with having to hear it again. But if you did miss it the first time, you didn't hear me speaking about it, please take a moment, read the info there on the screen, hit me up with any questions that you might have. This is going to be an 8-box half case of 2019 Donruss baseball, and this is break number 5. It is the start of a new case. So what that means to you is this. We're going to take all 16 boxes out of here. I know, crazy, right? We'll number them on the end and then use random.org to determine which 8 we open tonight versus which 8 will open in the next break. And once again, of course, this ended on eBay tonight, Tuesday night, the 2nd of April. Jordan is here. Hi, Jordan. And what is it? The truth for once. I had to look twice to see if that was if that was your username or if that was part of a comment you were making. Yeah, I know, right? Sometimes I glance over there and I'm not sure. So the truth for once is here as well. I like your username. I think that's pretty cool. Buckeye, you're watching the NIT, huh? Who's winning in the NIT? What's happening over there? I was watching Reds and Brewers is what I had on. Although, you know, you never know. My Reds, it just seems like we're not off to a great start again this year. And then, of course, the news about Hunter Green didn't make our week go better. Although, frankly, didn't we all see that coming? Yeah. Last year, when he had the sprained UCL, I'm thinking, do the Tommy John right now. And then start our clock. But no, they'll wait like another, 6-9 months after the sprained UCL and let the clock run for all that time for no good purpose while he's shut down, only to come back and, you know, throw a little bit in spring training and say, oh, whoops, time for Tommy John. Yeah, well, guess what? It was time for that last year and we'd be halfway through our wait period. But, oh well, the saga continues with the Reds and the search for their ace. I'm beginning to think it's like a unicorn. It's mythical. There is no Reds ace. Eventually, I guess. But I'm not bitter. Not at all. No. All right. So I just numbered these 1 through 16. And we're going to go over here to random.org. And pretty easy. We're just going to type, or I'm going to type in 1 through 16. And I will hit random a single time. We only ever hit it once when we're using it for this purpose. And then the first 8 numbers that come up after we randomize, we'll open those corresponding 8 boxes tonight. All right, there's our 1 through 16. And what's random going to spin the wheel and give us? 10, 11, 4, 2, 13, 5, 16, and 7. All right, so 2, 4, 5, 7. 10, 11, 13, 16. I can remember the 2, 4, 5, 7, and then I'll have to probably go back to the other. All right, but let's get that much anyway. All right, the 2, 4, 5, 7. I think 10 was one of them, right? Yeah, I think so. I'll leave you here, but I'm going to go back and look there again for a second. 2, 4, 5, 7, 10, 11, 13, 16. All right, 10, 11. Well, not too bad. Not too bad. They weren't stacked too far apart. Let me get the other half back in its case, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. All right. CIA Chef has joined us. Hi, CIA. How are you? You're looking for Red Sox tonight and looking specifically for a Mookie Betts whammy. All right. Lipscomb beat Wichita State in the second game, and Texas is... Lipscomb beat Wichita State, and the second game is still early, and Texas is up 2. I got it now. Okay. All right, kids, we are looking for 3 autograph or memorabilia cards in here. I know, they get us with that or. So basically, could be 3 autographs, could be 3 memorabilia. Most likely it's going to be some combination of the 2 in each one of our boxes. There are untold number of parallels in here and numbered cards. In fact, probably almost as many parallels and numbered cards as there are base cards. I tell you this for a reason, because most of them we're going to just keep right on trucking, other than we'll look at them a little closer on the first pass. But otherwise, unless they're kind of low numbered, we're going to truck right on through them in the essence of keeping things moving and not keeping us up all night. And all right, my sleeves are out. We are ready to start on the packs. We're not terribly far off from Diamond Kings baseball coming out. Maybe next week, maybe. I don't know. They keep changing the calendar. They pushed back Flawless Football, I think, again, maybe. Honors Football moved. A bunch of Panini stuff moved. But I think Diamond Kings held its spot, which means maybe next week we're looking at that. Possibly. I think. CIA Chef says it's really more like 60-40, the base to the inserts and the parallels. I tell you what, it always seems to me like it's 50-50. There's an incredible number of parallels and just numbered cards in Donruss. That kind of always been that way in there. They like to give you plenty of things to look at, that's for sure. We will definitely find lots of interesting things. I got my sleeves in a weird spot. All right. You know, I don't want to drag my arm through them and all such as that. So once again, as we go through this the first time, if I see something interesting, I will give you a heads up about it. And then in most of the future boxes, we would keep on trucking unless it was low numbered or a hit like this. This is for my Cincinnati Reds, and it is numbered to 99 with a little rated prospect materials there. The football jersey was the Buffalo Bills. And hi, by the way, Jamie. How's your night going? That is hollow foil. It's numbered to 326. There are both season stats and career stats. You can tell, of course, up there at the top which one you're looking at. What the card is numbered to is tied to the stat that you see on the card. A lot of those are pretty high numbered. If we find some that are lower numbered, I might call them out. But if we don't, you know, if they're for the most part the higher number ones, we will keep on trucking going forward. Dominators inserts, we'll find loads of these. That one is numbered to 999. There are different numbered parallels, but again, the vast majority of them are fairly high in the numbering system. Now these, on the other hand, are fairly low. We have both Mother's Day and Father's Day inserts. This particular one, the blue one, is Father's Day. And when we see those, they are numbered to 49, or should be. Did I miss it on the front? Yeah, I did. It's right there. So Mother's Day is usually to 25 in here. Father's Day, the blue, such as that one, to 49. All righty. What did you say over there? Oh, Patty, you said a good start for the Reds. Yeah, Patty, you got a lot of teams in here, don't you? There's actually a couple of you that each have quite a few teams in here that definitely increases your odds. I believe we also have increased odds that my kitten just got into some kind of scuffle down there with with his older sister. Because did you hear that? Yeah, that was loud. It kind of scared me, and it's downstairs. They make some noise when they go at it. That is numbered to 149. Shohei Ohtani will find lots of action. All-Stars inserts, once again, numbered to a variety of things, depending. Here's a Mother's Day right on cue, numbered to 25. Oh, the Bills are you, Jamie. Okay, cool. It looks like, yeah, Buckeye jumped in there and already answered it. Thank you, Buckeye. It was indeed your coach, Marv Levy. So the Dodgers there with Caleb Ferguson to 25 on the Mother's Day insert. Andrew Benintendi to 150. Anytime you see that little 150 logo down there, you can plan on those cards, any and all of them being numbered to 150. And thank you, Buckeye, for typing that in there to give Jamie the info on the jersey. You know I appreciate that. You guys are always looking out for me there in chat, helping to answer questions and keep things moving along, and I always appreciate it. So I know we're breaking baseball right now, but does anybody have Final Four predictions, as in like how you think the Final Four games are going to go? I played 3 brackets. 2 of my brackets had a championship game of Michigan State and Kentucky. Obviously, I could still get Michigan State in there. Clearly can't still get Kentucky in there. My 3rd bracket had Michigan State and Auburn in the championship game. Oh, the plot thickens. But of course, I missed a ton of games on the run-up to get to there, so I'm way, way, way out. Like I have no chance of actually winning anything or finishing in any kind of high position. But it's still kind of fun to keep track of it. And I hope we have some good matchups. Because all of the Elite 8 games, I have to say, were pretty darn good. All right, these American Pride Team USA cards. We're going to find quite a lot of these as we go through the course of the break. Most of them are numbered down there in that lower corner. And what's going to happen is I'm going to set them all kind of up here in what I call the housekeeping area, which just simply means that's where they hang out until the end of the break. And I do not list a separate category for Team USA with Donruss Baseball in this, just based on Russ Baseball like this is. So, it'll be given out by way of random at the end of the break. Yankees, you must have had a feeling this was going to be a good case for you. I noticed the bid went kind of healthy tonight. Look who you pulled. How about your man Aaron Judge? And that is numbered to 99. Or actually, you know what? Was I looking at this tonight no, I wasn't. I was looking at the bids from last night for Inception. So actually I have no idea how the bids ended up tonight for the Yankees, high, low, or otherwise. But either way, no matter what you paid, you probably like hitting Aaron Judge. It was actually last night when they went kind kind of high. I just got around to looking at it tonight. Okay, we have Atlanta Braves in the house with Ozzie and a relic. So those are our 3 hits out of this particular box. Of course, we may find something else numbered or interesting, but the 3 autograph or relics that we're looking for, we've hit. It's career stats, Kyle Wright. We may find some of those with that instead of stars on the border. They have the number 42 on the border. Those are salute to Jackie Robinson cards. We'll probably find a few of those. These, we have 2 different teams on there. So you've got the up-and-comers on the back. In this case, it's the Twins and Royce Lewis. And you've got your established players on the front, which in this case happens to be the Astros and Carlos Correa. So those also hang out up there in housekeeping. And at the end of the break, those cards, that whole stack of cards, you know, will either be awarded to the team on the front of the card or it will be awarded to the team on the back of the card. And a little Diamond Kings Father's Day, numbered to 49 for the San Francisco Giants with Brandon Crawford. And there's our whammy. Oh, it's the Nationals and Juan Soto. Haha. And whammy, of course, is a case hit. They technically don't call it that. They say it's like, oh, very rare or whatever. But pretty much we always pull one a case. It would be, you know, rare to have it more than one or less than one out of a case. So the Juan Soto and the Nationals getting the whammy hit. Which, interestingly enough, I think in every single case that we did of Donruss, I think whammy came out in the first half. Isn't that weird? Francisco Lindor, that's on, that one is numbered to 999. Those, again, can be numbered to a variety of things, but most of them are fairly high numbered. Those are just Elite Series is the card set. All right, so box number 1 is out of the way. Now as we roll along to box number 2, we're not going to necessarily discuss all those different variations that we did here in this one, but I will still call out Mother's Day, Father's Day, and the low-numbered stuff. All right. We are, I guess, thinking we're probably with Diamond Kings going to do them as inner cases. I got to go back and look and see how we did it last year, but I think that's what we did. As Diamond Kings is similar to Donruss in the fact that it has a lot of base cards. And it's a big case. I want to say it's like 212. Is it 2 10-box inners or 2 12-box inners? It's a lot anyway. And I think last year we did it by the inner case, which we'll probably do again this time. So a sealed case, but not 2 sealed cases. 2 sealed cases makes a master case, but just 1 sealed case is just obviously a sealed case, which some people call inner, some people don't. I kind of vary. And to 249, that's another one of our American Pride Team USA cards up there waiting to find a home. There's career stats. And onward we go. Of course, we've got more Gypsy Queen I'll be working into. And more Heritage. I got to find a spot to get Heritage back in the mix as well. There's quite a bit of Heritage left that I didn't break yet. So, what are my plans with Top Sapphire? I don't know what my plans are with Top Sapphire. I've had that sitting back there for months and months, and I don't know. One day I think I'm going to open it myself, and the next day I think, oh, I'll put it in a mixer. season stats. Then the next time I think, oh, I'll just break those 3 by themselves. And then I think, oh, maybe I'll just sell those 3 outright or open 1 and sell 2. Yeah, that gives you an idea. That gives you some insight. I have no idea what I want to do with them. They have been sitting back there for a while because I ordered them in a weird quantity. And that is as much my problem as anything else. I didn't order them in a quantity that is super conducive to breaking, nor did I order them in a quantity that is super conducive to just opening them all myself. So for now, they're just sitting there. Oh yeah, I've had people asking me about them before, J-Ro. I just don't know what I want to do with them at this point, so I don't know. I'll figure it out somewhere along the way, but I just haven't quite gotten there yet. And truthfully, I've got a lot of odds and ends things that I need to get into mixers and get listed and broken. It just, there's not a lot of time, and they keep putting out this time of year. You get so many baseball releases that are really base card heavy, so you can't do very easily multiple breaks in a night, which you can do if you have, you know, obviously fewer cards in the case. So then you just, you know, it just ends up being a lot of stuff to break, and I not have time to work in some of the mixers and odds and ends stuff like I might like. A little D. Gordon relic for the Miami Marlins. And that is, that's got to be game used. That looks all like dirty and everything. Yeah, it is. I like that. You know, I get a strange bit of pleasure out of the fact that when game use stuff has dirt or grass stains or, you know, mud, blood, sweat, tears, whatever you want to call it. I like it when it looks like it's been through the ringer when it's game used. Shohei Ohtani Elite Series. Yeah, J-Ro again, I just don't know what I'm going to do with that Topps Chrome. So, like, I hear you, man. I understand that you wouldn't, that you want to know what's going on with it, but I don't know myself. So, sorry. That's the best answer I can give you. Steven Dugar for the Giants with a little ink on a signature series insert. There's Haria for the Milwaukee Brewers. That's a pretty good size relic. Brewers playing my Cincinnati Reds tonight. Yeah, I've got some Contenders football still I need to break as well. I set some of it on the table recently up here in the corner to remind me that I need to do something with it. I don't have a lot of it. Maybe, I don't know, 3-4 boxes, something like that. But I really want to open it myself, the Contenders, but I don't know if I will. Price tag on it's pretty high these days. It's hard for me to justify opening it myself when it's got that kind of price tag on it. Yet sometimes I do anyway. Vlad Guerrero Jr. Blue Jays. Of course, I guess, is he still, he's still on short-term DL from that strained oblique, right? He hasn't done any work since then, I don't think. Of course, they were going to hold him down anyway for service time. That just fit their narrative, I suppose, to actually have a reason to do so. And I think I heard that Fernando drilled one out of the park for the Padres' first big major league homer, right? Did I hear that right? I thought I caught that, somebody saying that today. That was career stats. Excuse me, career stats for the Cardinals. Went by on that one. I would say that'll be the first of many home runs for Fernando if he turns out to be anywhere near as good as we expect him to be. Hollow foil back. That's kind of an interesting little twist on things. And anytime we find those hollow foil backs, they are numbered to 99. Many times they'll come up with the hollow foil back facing upwards, so we'll know that that's what it is. But every once in a while, it will come the opposite way. But if it's numbered to 99 in this particular series, it's going to have that hollow foil back. So, Patty, with as many teams as you have coming, you are going to get a gigantic box of cards. You are going to have like pounds of cards. Be Christmas at your house when this shows up, right? I don't remember exactly how many teams you had, but I think it was a pretty good number of them. So I would say it'll be a project to set, and I think you set build some, right? If I remember correctly, I think you do. So it'll be a bit of a project for you to get through all that. Oh, your grandsons get into it. Oh, well, yeah, no doubt then. They're going to love that. CIA Chef, do you have the Blue Jays tonight? Are you searching for baby Vlad? Yeah, I could imagine if I were younger, and or when I was younger, if suddenly one of my grandparents said, "Hey, here's a box of like several hundred or thousand, as the case might be, cards," you'd be like, I would have been in heaven. For sure. So I know they're looking forward to that. Ryan McMahon, Colorado Rockies. Oh, you're the Red Sox. Okay. All right. I got you then. That was your hollow foil back that we had a minute ago for J.D. Martinez. Okay. Now I'm on the page. Sometimes I don't look over right when it's typed in, and other times, well, always there's a little bit of a delay from when you type it to when I see it. But sometimes I see it faster than others after it does show up on my side. So I guess Gleyber Torres has added to the list of injured Yankees. I think, what are they rehabbing? 2/3 of the Yankees team, it seems like. In one way or another, everybody's on some kind of DL practically. Season stats for Mike Trout. So, yeah, poor Yankees are banged up. Of course, some of them started the season that way, and we knew they would, but they do seem to be up against it with injuries right now. But I guess better to be at the first of the season than the end of the season. Number to 49, Father's Day, Brandon Lowe for the Tampa Bay Rays. If anybody does happen to know the score, I would imagine the game's probably over by now, of Reds and Brewers. Feel free to jump in there and let me know in chat. I wouldn't hate that. Of course, then again, it may not be over. I mean, good grief. One of the games this week was approaching 4 hours, and even then the score was fairly low. I just don't need to watch a game of anything for 4 hours. Football is about as far as I want to go. About a 3-hour time frame. I'm good with that. Basketball is a little better. Usually in and out in 2, which I would take all day long if I could. Another American Pride. Brewers 4, Reds 3. Well, all right. Thank you, Patty. I guess I should not be surprised that my that my Reds went in the toilet. I mean, I don't know. How are we still no better? And Buckeye, thank you. You typed it in too. You and Patty both got in there with that one. Career stats with Jacob deGrom. I saw where Acuna is getting ready to sign, I guess, a big extension with the Braves. What was it, like $100 million or something? Wow, we've had some cool hits out of this case. Ian Kinsler. That's pretty cool, I think. I like that. I'm making sure that's not a facsimile signature. Maybe it is. Is that a facsimile signature? It looked like a real one. It is a real one. It's numbered to 25, but I had to double check it. I'm like... At least I think it's real. But where's the little part that says, like, it is authenticated or whatever? I don't know. Maybe it is a... Is that the buyback? It's the buyback. Okay. See, I'm having to work my way through this mentally. It's the buyback. Because that card design's 2017. So it has been updated with the autograph and the number for Ian Kinsler and the Detroit Tigers. Okay. Can you tell that I was up all night? You probably can, right? I'm not exactly spot on today. Those stupid taxes. Yes, I literally stayed up all night. That is numbered to 99 for the White Sox. Hollow foil back. I mean, I haven't done that really probably since college, but I kept thinking I was going to be done, and then I would remember, oh yeah, I don't have this information put together. And the next thing you know, I looked up and it was 7 a.m. No sense going to bed then. So yeah, maybe I'm not quite as sharp mentally as I should be tonight, so I apologize for that. Patty, your Mariners are doing well. Yeah, Mariners are off to a good start. Brewers actually are looking to be off to a good start as well. Quite a few teams this year look like they're at least going to be fun to watch, even if they don't, maybe if they're not quite playoff bound yet, like the Padres and things. They're probably going to be fun to watch. Tony Rizzo to 25, the Mother's Day parallel for the Cubbies. I just would like to maybe not be approaching that 100-loss season like we have been doing in recent years. If I could just keep a little farther away from that mark, I will call it a successful season. And there's Juan Soto, numbered to 349. That's a nickname insert. Childish Bambino is his nickname on that card. Can't really imagine that many people calling him that on a daily, but maybe. And another Elite Series Shohei Ohtani. That one's a little lower numbered, though, coming up at 249 on it. And that is numbered to 18, so that's a very low career stats parallel for the San Diego Padres. I see Andrew McCutchen up ahead for the Pirates. It's a weird thing about Donruss. They've got a lot of players in here with relics from their former teams, and Kutch is one of them for the Pirates. All right, comes box number 4 of 8 coming out of the plastic right now. Can't believe we're almost finished with college basketball, though. It seems like the college basketball season flew by this year. And really, I thought the NFL season did too. I am really looking forward to the NFL draft, though. And I know it's not a superb class for maybe some of the offensive skill positions, quarterback and whatnot. It's a little thin. You can make a case for 2 or 3, maybe 4 of them. But I think it's going to be an excellent class, obviously, for defensive players. A really good class, defensive-wise. But I also think we're going to have some sneaky good little wide receivers and tight ends that are going to maybe show themselves out of this year's draft class. So I always look forward to the draft, though. It's a whole new season of promise, or in my case, a whole new season of speculative gambling via card breaks. As I pick out which players I'm going to target for the coming season. I know, crazy. Career stats. I look at it somewhat like playing the stock market. Alex Bregman, Little Diamond Kings insert, Father's Day parallel to 49. He signed an extension not awfully long ago as well. So they're getting a lot of the young players, the young good players, signed early, keeping them around before they hit free agency, locking them up really early in the cycle. So that's kind of nice to see, especially given the way free agency has been the last couple of years. Somebody stuck to it. Phil Niekro, how about that? Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Is that numbered? That's not numbered? Huh. I'm surprised that's not numbered. I would have thought that it would have been. But it's pretty cool. He's not one you find super often, anyway. A Dominators insert for Andujar. That is season stats. You know, I wonder how much, I guess when I'm thinking back to today about my tax appointment and what I had to pay the guy to do the work. At the rate that I paid him, he was basically making around $300 an hour. Is that not crazy? And you know, tax season, think about how many, a lot of those guys, they work maybe 10, 12 hours a day. Think about how much money they're pulling down every single day from probably February through mid-April. I mean, that is crazy money. That's what we all should have done. We shouldn't be worried about speculating on the stock market or any of that. We should have all become CPAs or accountants. Of course, CPAs obviously make more than accountants, but either way, they make a lot of money. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And it's also kind of weird. I mean, I'm just thinking about, my mind is all over the place, okay? We all know this because I'm tired. But did you notice that the Phil Niekro was, well, I'm sure you did. You would think that would be, you know, Atlanta. That's where he played most of his career. That's actually for the Yankees. So I had noticed the relics were often for former teams in here, but I hadn't really noticed that autographs kind of were tilting towards former teams until you look at that. And I'm thinking, wow, it's not where you would expect to see him sign necessarily. That is Pujols to 49 for the Angels with a Father's Day insert. Well, Patty, that's true. She's saying that year-round those guys stay busy doing corporate taxes and business taxes and all that kind of stuff keeps them busy as well. But I mean, I'm just kind of thinking about the massive volume of money you make in that really short period of time if you're an accountant. In like 2.5 months, think about if you're making the equivalent of $300 an hour, even if you're working 10 hours a day, which they're probably not every day, but there are a lot of them. That's like $3,000 a day. You know, I mean, they're probably making 30, 50, maybe even $50,000 in tax season. Take the rest of the year off. Javi Baez, Cubbies. I don't know, but I do like my guy and he's good. So, I mean, you just got to pony up and pay the man to do the work. But until Gleyber Torres, it would also be kind of nice if I didn't have to, if you could just do one of those online TurboTax kind of things. But sadly, when self-employed, that does not come into factor. Moncada to 150, a little 150th anniversary Diamond Kings for the White Sox. Of course, I really don't like dealing with numbers at all, like at all. So I could have never been an accountant or a CPA because I would hate it. Cole Hamels for the Texas Rangers. And there is another American Pride headed up there to our housekeeping area, waiting to find a new home a little later in the break. That was a Career Stats. Officially at the halfway point of this half case. Yeah, I promise I'm not falling asleep on you. I just mentally, I just go into a little zone there every once in a while. I did have a Red Bull right before the break to try to, get my brain jolted a start there. It's Career Stats. It has been a long time since I stayed up all night. I guess since college. So I find that it is not quite as easy as it was when I was younger. Adrian Gonzalez for the Dodgers. Buckeye said Harper got booed tonight. He's 2 for 4 so far with an RBI. Yeah, I heard that his first at bat he was booed pretty heartily and struck out, didn't he? I think. I think they mentioned that on the Reds Brewers broadcast I was watching. And then, of course, we all saw probably on Bleacher Report Wander Franco relic for the Tampa Bay Rays. That's nice. Rated rookie. Or rated prospect, rather. That the mayor had put up a post on Twitter basically photoshopping Bryce's head on Benedict Arnold's body, and then it said Benedict Arnold below, and of course she, in the Photoshop they just marked through Benedict and typed in Bryce. I'm like, that's the mayor, man. Have a little class. You don't need to drop down into those kind of levels just because he didn't want to stay there and play there anymore. Of course, I guess they took it down pretty quickly, but still, come on. Shohei Ohtani and the Angels. I mean, I get it. They didn't want him to leave, but hey, he's got to do what's right for him, and he wants to win and get to the playoffs and get to the World Series, and okay, that's how it shook out. So I really usually don't have a problem with somebody leaving to go somewhere else. The one time I will say I felt differently is the first time LeBron left Cleveland when we did The Decision. I'm sure you all remember that, right? He televised it, turned into a television special on ESPN, like a 30-minute show about where he was going to go that first go-around with free agency. And I just thought all that was like so overblown. I did not like the way that was handled. And then he didn't even tell Cleveland ahead of time what he was going to do. They found out watching the show like everybody else. I thought that was bad. But then, of course, you know, the owner, equally poor behavior, turns around and writes that scathing letter and publishes it, what, in the newspaper or whatever. But that's the only one that I really kind of thought, ooh, yeah, like I could kind of see why you guys are burning his jersey. But outside of that, for the most part, it's like, you know what? If they want to chase rings or whatever, or chase money, whatever motivates them, then let them do it. Why not? Everybody else can change jobs, right? So why can't these guys? But I was glad to see, of course, that Cleveland forgave LeBron. He went back. He brought him a championship when he left the second time. I think they were all cool with it, and that's the way it should be, you know? And he had every right to leave the first time, too. I had no problem with him leaving. I just thought it was handled kind of weird. Rowdy Tellez comes out for the Blue Jays. But I think we all just get attached. We just get attached to our coaches. We get attached to our players. And we should. You know, they're our teams. But then it makes it feel really personal when they leave. And I think that's the problem. That's where you get into all the jersey burning and whatnot. That is Rowdy Tellez career stats. But it's got to always be hard to go back the first time to the city you left to play there. I mean, you know that's got to be tough. She played there for a lot of years, and then, you know, you end up getting booed and everything else. That's got to just not be fun as a player. The Mariners are playing the Angels, and Mike Trout is looking great. He's worth whatever. Yeah, they paid him really well. They paid him very handsomely, and I'm super glad that they did. He basically wants to be an Angel forevermore. He didn't want to hit free agency, and I applaud them for jumping up and giving him that monster deal, because I think he's worth every penny of that monster deal. And I said that at the time he signed it. I thought it was really cool on both sides. That he didn't say, you know, try to hijack them for more money by saying he's going to go test the waters or any of that. And they didn't try to underpay him knowing he wanted to stay there. I think it was a fair deal for both sides. And I thought it was a nice outcome. Acuna season stats. So, yeah, for the Angels and Mike Trout, that was a really good resolution for both sides, I thought. Fair for both sides, too. Buckeye said most of us would go somewhere else for that kind of money. Yeah, I'd go somewhere. I'd go somewhere for like probably a tenth of that money. I mean, let's be real. These guys are making... You know, look at the bank they're making. Yeah, who wouldn't? Now, there is a point obviously, with all of them, when they've got enough money, well, not with all of them, but with many of what I would call the great players in any sport, there comes a point where they're winning a championship is more important to them than the money. And they're willing to take a little less money to go somewhere where they think they can get the ring. And, you know, you're competitive. You want the ring. Why not? Once you've got the money, might as well. It's to 149, another American Pride Team USA. But, oh yeah, I mean, I think all of us would do that in the same situation. Patty's reminding us that when A-Rod went back to Seattle about them throwing money down onto the field. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you get some bitterness. There's no question. Buckeye says that when the players make that move, that the family has a hard time, that they get a lot of death threats and nasty comments and things like that. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, people don't behave well. We all know that. Not everybody, but there's definitely a subset of people that don't behave well. So it's not surprising that they get a lot of nasty comments. But, you know, death threats is kind of next level for somebody essentially changing a job. But, and the flip side of it is, as much as we love our players and we want to keep our players, the flip side of it is, you know, how much loyalty does an organization have? Some of them have more than others, for sure. But there's plenty of times a player wants to stay somewhere and they're happy somewhere and the organization gets tired of them and says, oh, see ya, you know. So the knife cuts in both directions, I think. Matt Olson for the Oakland A's. And here's Yuki for the Kansas City Royals. Prospect. I think the hard part, or the harder part, is when your team offers what seems like a pretty respectable amount of money, which is the case with the Nationals. You know, I mean, they offered Harper a really good contract. Maybe not quite as good as he got, but then again, partially deceptive because of, you know, if you have to average out the money, not just look at the total money because of the number of years was different from offer A to offer B. But that's probably what makes it particularly hard if you're a Nationals fan, because you think, hey, you know, we offered a pretty close to what he ended up with. Then it does feel more just like, rejection. This is numbered to 42. There's our first salute to Jackie Robinson that we see tonight. It's Chance Adams for the Yankees. An American Pride Team USA. And there's career stats for the St. Louis Cardinals. Yeah, so my Kentucky Wildcats, of course, John Calipari is our coach, and had been linked to rumors about UCLA. And I guess the university had given UCLA permission to talk to him, and he had some conversations with them, apparently some kind of extensive conversations with them. Ultimately decided to stay at UK and leveraged that into a lifetime contract. So how about that? Highest paid coach in college basketball. I guess got a little bit of a raise with that deal. And got a contract that not only guarantees him a coaching position for as many years as he wants to coach, then after he retires, if he retires while still at UK, then they pay him even after he retires to act as like an ambassador and a consultant and that sort of thing. So it's a pretty sweet deal. So hopefully that means we'll be keeping him for a while, but like anything else, you can get out of those contracts if you want. So you never know. But what I thought was interesting about it is UCLA offered him less money than he's making right now. So why would you think he would get up and move across the country to take a program that, while has a storied history, recently has not been great? It's Christian Yelich for the Brewers. And facilities-wise, they haven't maybe invested as much as some others and kind of have a reputation for maybe not spending super freely on the basketball program at UCLA. And then they offered him less money than he's making now. That was so silly. The hollow foil back, that's to 99, Andrew Haney and the Angels. Yeah, they offered 6 years and $48 million, and he's already making $9.2 million here, so weird, right? Tampa Bay Rays Jake Bauers signature series autograph. That's to 150 for Hernandez and the Blue Jays. You also have to think that makes it a lot harder to get your next candidate if you're UCLA. Because first of all, you've basically let it be known how much money you have to spend. So your negotiating powers are a little bit gone at that point. And I just think that that's just crazy. Plus, whoever's coming along next, you know, then the next people are just looking at it going, hey, I was the second choice. Well, they're not wrong. I mean, the West Coast lifestyle for sure is going to have a certain amount of appeal, and to a lot of people. But it's still just a weird scenario that you would go after somebody of that stature. And by that stature, I mean the highest paid coach in college basketball, and then offer them less money. I mean, I don't know. It struck me as very odd. There's a Diamond Kings parallel that is also a Jackie Robinson parallel. That's the Oakland A's and Matt Chapman. And we have American Pride. Yeah, Patty, this same person does this periodically, and they have a number of different accounts, and I think it's really desperate. I think it's really desperate and tacky, and it just tells you that somebody obviously doesn't run a good kind of business if they have to come and try to steal customers in the middle of somebody else's break. That's numbered to 49. And that is the Texas Rangers with a Father's Day parallel. And it's that same breaker. And this is not the first time that they've done it. And I'm sure it won't be the last time that they do it. But it is kind of tells you a little bit about what kind of person you'd be dealing with. A rather desperate one, it would seem. Yeah, I agree with you, CIA chef. There's no place for that, but it doesn't stop them from doing it. But as I said, it does speak volumes about what kind of person you'd be dealing with if you did decide to go that route. But they have a lot of other accounts too, so they come in under a lot of different names and enjoy doing that on a semi-regular basis. But those are also the same people, you know, that do stuff like set up fake accounts so they can, you know, bid on other people's stuff and mess them up. And they got a lot of, there's a lot of people out there that aren't really willing to deal in an honest, forthright manner. But oh well, what are you going to do? All right, that is Noah Syndergaard on a career stats. I think it said numbered to 293. Willie Calhoun to 150. And there's another, that's to $9.99 on another one of our highlights inserts. I like the looks of those inserts, but I do wish that they would not number them quite so high. I would like to see them a little lower numbering. Texas Rangers, Guzman, Ronald Guzman, relic. Another Gleyber Torres. And another salute to Jackie Robinson. Numbered to 42 there. It's Trevor Oakes and the Kansas City Royals. Yeah, Texas has had some things come through tonight, haven't they? I sometimes have to think about it because, you know, numbered cards versus hits. I can't always, I remember saying the name. I don't always remember which thing they came out with. But yeah, I do think Texas has had a few things in there tonight, the Rangers. Buckeye, have we had any one of one out of here? You know what? I don't remember because these breaks have been kind of spread out a little bit. You know, I haven't done them all within like a short window like I sometimes do. So I honestly don't remember, Buckeye, if we have or not. I mean, there are one of ones in this product, but I just can't remember if we've hit any or not. We've hit a lot of one stuff lately, but like out of National Treasures and Inception and, of course, the Leaf stuff. You get one parallels in the Leaf stuff fairly often. And I don't know. I can tell you this, though. If you, well, it doesn't always work this way, but usually if we have a one hit in the break, when I upload it, I'll try to remember to put one in the title. So then I could go back and, in theory, compare the dates that we did the breaks with the titles. But even so, if we did multiple products, it could have been out of another product. That was to 99 on the Blake Snell Dominators for the Tampa Bay Rays. So I guess it still doesn't answer us totally that question then. Patty, you got an Ichiro to 10 out of here. Well, that's nice. His signature is always worth a few $100s, it seems, out of almost any product. And, of course, out of the higher-end ones, sometimes worth even more than that. Blue Jays, Rowdy Tellez. Didn't we have another Rowdy autograph a while ago? I think we did. Another Signature Series Rowdy to Liz. I think we did. I don't know. See, I kind of want to think, Buckeye, that maybe we hit like a printing plate or something out of here, but I really would not swear to it. As much stuff as I have opened since we started with Donruss, I don't know. I wouldn't swear to it. Alex Bregman, Houston Astros. And a hollow foil back, Willie Calhoun. And once again, hollow foil backs are all numbered to 99. And there's Berea with a career stats. American Pride, up into housekeeping. Whoops, hang on now. Somebody tried to hitch a ride there with our little blank pack feeler card in there. Dummy card, whatever you want to call it. D. Gordon, Miami Marlins relic. All right, you know what time it is now. It's Last Box Mojo time, where we hope that we get some fire out of our final box of the night. Yeah, Patty, I think that was 2 of D. Gordon for the Marlins. I thought that when I pulled it. I'm like, I think we have another relic for him with the Marlins. But definitely, I don't trust myself on most of that stuff until we get to the recap. But since you think the same thing, I'm going to say you're probably right. American, this is it for tonight. We broke the football jersey first, and then this, and that's it for tonight. A lot of times when I do breaks like this that have a lot of base cards, I don't do much else with them. Do something else quick or memorabilia or something like that. Because it takes a little while to break it. I don't mind that part though. But of course it takes a good long while to sort it and get it shipped out. And I don't like to get too far off the mark in that regard. Because I don't like you guys to have to wait too long to get your stuff. Oh, Buckeye, yeah, you might be right. The first one might have been that game-used relic that had the dirt on it. Yeah, might have been. That might be right. That sounds correct. Well, right off the bat, we've got one of our hits, and it's Kansas City Royals, Lorenzo Cain. Americans, are you asking me about Prism basketball or Prism football? Prism football, I don't think that I do. Prism basketball, I definitely do. In fact, I just put up a list for some Prism half case retail, just went up tonight, so we'll break it on Sunday. And then I have some Prism Choice. I have some Prism Fast Break. I've got some First Off the Line. I think I have, well, I do. There's another hobby box, just a loose hobby box of it as well. So, yeah, definitely basketball for sure. Football, no. I don't think I even have loose boxes of football. Good grief. Okay, that's just kind of crazy. So, Toronto Blue Jays, man, I hope you like Rowdy because you have, I think, 3 of his signatures at this point. I mean, that's unusual. It's unusual that we would have 3 autographs of the same player out of a single case, much less out of a single half case. Much less out of a single half case where we randomize the boxes ahead of time. Right? Wouldn't you think it would have at least been split up? Maybe one of them would have fallen in the next break or something. Wonder if the second half will have 3 more. Wouldn't that be something? Like 6 Rowdy Tellez autographs in a case or something. Surely not. But anyway, we do have 3 tonight. I'm amazed, but we do. Yeah, American Prism football, definitely not. I have some Contenders football from 2018 left, and maybe some odd lot stuff, which is what the Contenders is too. It's not a sealed case or anything. It's odd lot stuff as well. But I don't think Prism is among those, because probably if I had loose boxes of that, I would have opened it myself. Because as you guys know, sometimes my allocations are odd. They'll give me, you know, a case in a box, or a case in another half case, or a case in 3 boxes. I mean, the one place just does stuff in a weird sort of way. But I've learned to just take it, because if I don't, it seems like it causes more problems. So a lot of the odd lot stuff I just open. Sean Newcomb /99 hollow foil back. And then if I don't open it myself, I put it in mixers or something like that. Hi, James. How are you tonight? I see Chris and Buckeye have already hooked you up with the 411 on the jersey. But indeed, it was the Buffalo Bills with Coach Marv Levy. So, of course, after we look through the last of our packs here, we will have a little housekeeping to do. We'll award those cards. We'll award those cards. And then after we do those 2 things, with random.org helping us out, then we will recap everything after that. So, Austin Hayes, Baltimore Orioles. And then after we do the recap, at that point, I will put up spreadsheet info again. We'll take a look at the breaks that are coming up in the days ahead. And we will also look at your projected shipping info one final time tonight. So that's all coming up ahead in the next few minutes. Showtime, a little Shohei Ohtani to 249 with the nicknames insert for the Angels. I still always want to call them the Anaheim Angels. Remember, for many years they were the Anaheim Angels. Aaron Judge, New York Yankees. You already have an autograph in here. Now you get a pinstripe relic to go along with. So Yankees, not a bad haul, all in all. Anytime you get an Aaron Judge autograph, I think you're probably having a pretty good day at the office. That is an artist proof Alex Bregman for the Astros, which means it is numbered to 10. It also happens to be last in the series, so it is number 10 of 10, no less. All right, that has got all of our live cards handled. We don't have any redemptions tonight, so that's kind of good. But we do still have some housekeeping tasks ahead. And I'm going to put these American Pride cards in something. Bear with me for a moment, please. All right, so we will flip through these American Pride cards just so you can have a refresher of what is in this group. And it's really easy. What I will do, I will bring you along with me, and I'm going to copy all of the team names from the spreadsheet. We'll go to random.org and paste them in. And because I have more than 10 items in the list, we're going to do random just one single time. And whoever ends up in the number one bidding position after we hit randomize is going to get that little pack of American Pride Team USA cards. So basically, guys, random works the same way with me every time. If it is a list of 9 or fewer, we do random 3 times and the first 2 don't count. And if we have 10 or more, we do random just once. And if we're using random to help us figure out which boxes we're going to open out of a partial case when a new case is opened, again, we just do random once in that instance. All right, so I am scrolling through here. You can get a look at every team to understand that I did copy and paste them in there as promised. And we're going to randomize one single time. Good luck, everyone. And it comes up as the Colorado Rockies. So the Rockies are getting the American Pride Team USA cards there. And I forgot to switch your view back, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I realized it. It took me a minute, but I did catch it. Slowly but surely. Okay, so this little pack of cards here headed to the Rockies using our dear friend random.org. Now, with this group of cards, once again, we've got current players on the front of each card, but then we have our up-and-coming players on the back of each card. You know it's the back because, yeah, it's got the logos and all that info on it. So here's what happens with these. Once again, we're going to head to random, but of course, because we have fewer than 9 or fewer items in our list, this means we're going to be doing random 3 different times. I'm going to simply type in front and back. And the first 2 don't count when we randomize. Only the third one makes the decision. All right, so you can ignore the first one, ignore this second one. Here comes our third and final. 3 times, our date timestamp. It gives us the player on the back of the card. So that means the prospect, the rookie, as the case may be on a few of them, the up-and-coming player is how random awarded. Obviously, I didn't write on your card that's on a sleeve, but I do that so I know how these go when it's time to sort it. So that goes to Royce Lewis and the Twins. Then we have Brendan McKay and the Rays, Wander Franco and the Rays, Madrigal and the White Sox, Brendan Rodgers and the Rockies, and Mitch Keller there for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So that is how those multi-team cards have been awarded. We're going to take a look now at cards that are numbered that don't have an autograph or a relic attached. That's an artist proof. Numbered to 10, Alex Bregman. To 42, it's a salute to Jackie Robinson for the Kansas City Royals. Father's Day to 49, that is Beltre and the Rangers. This is another salute to Jackie Robinson. It's the A's. Number to 42 on the Diamond Kings insert. Chance Adams and the New York Yankees. Another Jackie Robinson to 42. Father's Day to 49 for the Angels. Father's Day to 49, Diamond Kings insert Astros. And then we have a really low number parallel there on that career stats. It's numbered to 18, so I set it in the recap pile. Now, you guys know we have, and gals, we have lots of other numbered things. We're not going to recap all of them. We're just looking at the lower numbered stuff. Mother's Day to 25, Rizzo and the Cubbies. Father's Day to 49, the Tampa Bay Rays. Our whammy, which is a case hit, is Juan Soto for the Nationals. Father's Day to 49 on a Diamond Kings insert for the Giants. Mother's Day to 25 for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And then the Angels are on a Father's Day to 49. All right, that gets that taken care of. Now we'll take a look at our relic and signatures. So you've got the Yankees, the Orioles, one of several for the Blue Jays, all Rowdy Tellez, crazy enough. Kansas City Royals and Lorenzo Cain. D. Gordon for the Marlins. There's another one for the Astros. There's your second Rowdy Tellez. The Rangers. And then we have a little change of pace. Jake Bowers for the Rays. One that's not Rowdy Tellez. The Brewers with the relic for Christian Yelich. And then we have the Kansas City Royals with Yuki. The Oakland A's with Matt Olson. There's your third Rowdy Tellez if you're the Blue Jays. Crazy number of those. Mr. Ohtani for the Angels with a relic. Wander Franco for the Tampa Bay Rays. That is Adrian Gonzalez for the Dodgers. The Rangers with Cole Hamels relic. Javi Baez for the Cubbies. The Yankees taking home the Phil Necro autograph is going to the Yankees. I'll get it out in a minute. There's Kutch for the Pirates. This is a buyback, and Ian Kinsler. It is numbered to 25. Seems to be signed there on the front. It was originally 2017 Donruss that came out of. McMahon, Rockies. Baby Vlad for the Blue Jays. Haria for the Brewers. And that's Dugar for the San Francisco Giants with a signature series. Here's that other D. Gordon, that really nice little game-worn uniform swatch there. It's got a bunch of mud and dirt and craziness on it, so I love it for that reason. Ozzie Albies and the Braves. Here's that handsome Aaron Judge card. That is numbered to 99. The Yankees taking home the Judge autograph. And then my Cincinnati Reds managed to pull themselves a relic as well. It is numbered to 99 there for Taylor and my Reds. All right, so that is the break for tonight and the recap for tonight. But, as promised, I do have a little spreadsheet information I'll put back up here for anyone who might have missed it earlier. Here comes your info about projected shipping dates and also taking a look at what is coming up in the days ahead. So once again, anticipating a Saturday shipment for this Donruss, and if things go well this week, might be able to get it out to you sooner than that, but it shouldn't be any later than Saturday for sure, unless something really crazy happens. And you don't need to worry about consolation cards for Donruss. Every team pulled cards of some sort, so everybody's got a package coming. The football jersey projected out no later than a week from today. Often those go sooner, but certainly wouldn't go any later. If you got blanked in the jersey, you do get a consolation card. I do typically hold it until your next package ships just because it is a free shipping break. But if you want it sooner, all you need to do is hit me up and let me know, and I will gladly take care of that for you. Breaks that are coming up on eBay. Tomorrow night, we're starting early at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. And we have Court Kings basketball coming out. So we'll break a case of that. And we'll also, behind that, because I'm feeling ambitious about tomorrow night, we're going to break a half case of Gypsy Queen baseball as well. And that will be the start of a new case. On Thursday night, Trifecta football shows up in the lineup again. Series 2 is released, and once again, we'll have 3 autographed memorabilia items in it. It can be jerseys, cleats, mini helmets, football, 16 by 20 photographs, any of the above or some combination thereof. A second case of Court Kings and a third case of Prism 2019 Prism Draft Picks football, all on Thursday night. Friday night, we're going to do a Leaf autograph multi-sport jersey, the last one I have, I think. We'll do a 6th case of Inception baseball and a 3rd case of Court Kings basketball. Saturday, I'm getting my March Madness on and watching the Final 4 games. We're not doing breaks on Saturday night. Sunday night, we are going to start early, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. We'll open a Gold Rush autograph basketball jersey and 10 boxes, half case of Prism retail basketball. And that is guaranteed 1 hit per box. And of course, you know, silver prisms will fall as they may. And oftentimes those are what we're chasing anyway in Prism basketball a lot of times. But anyhow, that's what we're looking like in the days ahead. All right, let me catch up on chat over here. So Buckeye is out. Buckeye will catch you the next time, and Patty as well. CIA chef, oh man, he says he got no Red Sox hits in there. Well, at least you had the numbered one, right? We did have we had a hollow foil back or something. I remember we had a numbered. It was JD Martinez, I think. So you've at least got a numbered one, maybe more numbered ones, but for sure, at least I think you had the one. And I know you wanted an autograph for a Relic Man. I'm sorry that didn't work out tonight. Sometimes the cards don't fall in our favor. All right, well, that is it for me tonight. Thanks once again, everyone, for being here, spending part of your evening with me. I appreciate it very much. I hope you have a great rest of your night, a good week ahead, and we will see you again the next time. Bye now.